Peace unto you. Peace unto you. Peace unto you. Welcome to our Sunday Sacred Service. Man, we're very grateful to be here. We're going to allow a few more people to rise on in. Peace unto you. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. We're going to allow a few more people to rise on in. As you see, the background is no longer green screen. I was like, yeah, we're preparing for going live in the mystery school. Remember, the mystery school is on Patreon, so DM me 33 if you haven't already, and I'll give you our free 3-day course. And you can complete that 3-day course, and after that, you'll be able to join the mystery school on Patreon. Make sure if you already are on Patreon, you download the app, because we'll be conversing through there and be giving you updates on when we'll go be live over there. So today is about the presence of being. See, I was speaking with Source earlier about what topics serve to be discussed today. And the presence of being came forth. That is not linear, for many forms of interpretation is in alignment with the theme of today, the presence of being. We're focused on that which is present, being in this now, being that which is timeless. And we're also focusing on what's reality, for you won't be anywhere being, you won't be anywhere if that place isn't real. So it's shining a light on the fallacies of this world and the illusions of this world, while also reminding us of where we come from. So that is today's theme. So make sure all of you share the live, you like the live, because today's going to be very, very interesting. Peace unto you. My name is Nadiie, if you don't already know. I am Sika. And that means Blackfoot in English. We're a medicine man in the culture. We're very, very grateful to be here assisting all of you. Moving forward in our lives, what really serves for you to anchor, moving forward in our lives, what really serves for you to anchor, not only just love, but anchoring the fact that nothing of this world can harm you. Nothing of this world can harm you. Why? For when we ask you the question of, do you believe Source, A.K.A. God, is all or nothing? Most people would say all. Well, if you subscribe to the Creator being all there is, and you only understand that the love energy, the grace, this nurturing energy is getting delivered from the Creator to you, and only from the Creator to you, then we understand that because the Creator is the thing that created all things, that which is reality, that which is truth, is in complete alignment with the Creator, then only the traits the Creator displays are of truth. So in a world where you have many hurts, pains, illusions, we know that does not exist in heaven. We know that does not exist in bliss or any form of paradise that a culture chooses to integrate. It simply does not exist in these places that we call grand, like God's domain or heaven or Eden. So we must ask ourselves, why? First, the why. So 3 things we must understand. The why. Why are these things happening on this planet? Why are these things happening on this planet? Why are these things seemingly happening to me? It's not to, it's actually for you. And then the how. How did this even happen? And then the what. So why, how, and what? What can we do about it? See, a lot of people that claim to be spiritual leaders are in the, new age spiritual leadership. They will bring forth the expose of the world, the planet, the dark dimensions, but they don't go to the what. What do we do about it? What shall I do with this information? So that's what we'll discuss today. So first, the why. Why does illusions exist? Well, what you must understand moving forward as it pertains to understanding esoteric knowledge is There are forms of integrations, forms of knowingness, forms of knowledge, forms of action that exist in the heaven realms, the light realms, the astral realms, Eden, paradise, heaven, bliss, God's domain, that does not exist here. That's what we must anchor. And we must know. In every culture, in every religion, when you see a culture bringer or what would be considered a god or what would be considered a prophet or messiah, when they give you descriptions of that which is heaven or the place they feel God resides in, source resides in, then you'll realize that they use a lot of metaphors. They'll say things in parables. They'll say like a lot. They will say, heaven is like a kingdom. They would say, in order to remove yourself from the traps and cycles of this world, remove yourself from desire. They would say many things like this. Why do they say these things? Because what we must anchor is concepts. If you aren't able to process concepts of that which is esoteric, you will never understand that which is esoteric. That is a fact. The reasoning is because the way we exist in this third dimension, or sometimes fourth dimension, depending on where you are, it's completely different than how we exist in the astral realms, the light realms, or whatever realm is aside from physicality. It's completely different. See, we exist through our senses here. Well, you don't have senses there, so you exist differently. So if you exist in a place differently, then the way you think will be differently, or what you think thought is will be different. The way your actions will be is different. The way you even choose to utilize your gifts will be completely different. See, here on this third and fourth dimension, we think we have to do something in order to get our gifts in alignment with what we feel serve. But that's not the case. See, in this third and fourth dimension, you feel like you have to meditate in order to reach a state of mind that is of peace. Why can't you just breathe? Why can't you just be? Why isn't your state already like that? See, it's in this dimension, the third and the fourth dimension, where you feel like you have to do yoga and you have to stretch in order to align yourself with Kundalini energy or your energy centers opening. Not all seven, not your seven chakras, all 12 of them. You feel like you have to do yoga and all of these stretches. You think you have to go to powwows. That's in this dimension. But when you go into other dimensions, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, there's a million, trillion, infinite dimensions. It doesn't just stop at 7 because 7, the number 7 is so sacred. No, dimensionality is infinite. See, as above, so below. Numbers. We utilize numbers in this realm. You can count forever, right? You can set up an algorithm within any particular technology. Let's say, you know how they have ChatGPT. You can have AI come through and you could just tell it, keep counting. And it will keep counting until it just breaks. It's the same thing with this dimensionality, because we assigned numbers to them. And one, we know all there is infinite. There is no limitation. So now when you add no limitation to numbers, you're counting forever. There's literally a soul that is in the 3,500,023rd dimension. Oh my gosh, what do you mean? I thought there was only like 12 dimensions. No. There's another being right now that's in the 3 trillionth, 9 billion, 100 million, 300,000, 22nd dimension. But you see how it's so large that our physical brains can't comprehend that. So what we say is, find a way for your physical self to comprehend it. An easy way for us to comprehend things of the beyond, of that which is esoteric, simply is to speak in concepts. It doesn't mean that a concept is going to be 100% right, because listen, this is what you all must understand. And this is why we say judge not. Judge not a single person. Judge not a single culture. Judge not any single being or group of people. Especially as it pertains to that which is the beyond. That which is esoteric. That which is heavenly. That which is holy. Who cares about how another person or group of people experience that which is their version of source? The reasoning is simply because Nobody on this planet is going to get God completely correct. That's a fact. I don't care what anybody says. Oh, my religion is the best religion. This is the best. This is the best. Oh, this culture, you must do this technique. You only have to learn through these gods or this work. No single person that is in a human body, that is on physical reality, is ever going to get God completely right. No Bible is 100%. No form of spiritual text is 100%. No forms of ancient drawing on walls is 100%. It's a interpretation. Because if you truly got God 100%, you wouldn't be here. You would evolve. So we have to stop the judgment. Oh, that religion has so much lies, or this religion has so many lies. Who cares? They're not going to get it 100% to begin with. So what we do is we say, okay, what did they get right? See, we need a lot more people, and it serves for a lot more of us to say, okay, instead of bashing and judging, well, what did they get right? Or what did they say that's extremely close to what the truth is? And if you look at every single culture and every single religion, you will find out that there's a lot of similarities. A lot of, even in some religions, they believe in other people that was in other religions. Even if you go far, far, far back in ancient times, there are stories that make sense within the context of any particular religion. For one example is Thoth. Thoth and Jesus sound very, very similar. Thoth and Jesus, A.K.A. Yeshua, A.K.A. Ishua, A.K.A. Wanikia, whatever you want to call the person. Thoth would say, I am the son of Atlantis. Jesus would say, I am the son of man. And there's so many, that's just one. And I'm only going to give one because if you want to hear more, go do research on it. We have to get in the ideology of, if it serves for me to bring forth interest in any particular energy, I shall go out and will it in, instead of being so fickle. Most people are just fickle. They don't want to do deep research on anything. So yes, we're going to give you one similarity between Thoth and Yeshua, and there's many others. So go do the research on that, and you will see, oh, there's hundreds of similarities. Well, that stretches upon every single culture. It's not just one particular religion or one particular form of thought. No, every single person is similar in some way. So we have to start asking, all right, source, guide me to integrating a frequency that will allow me to be more in the know of the concepts on earth. Do you see how broad and jam-packed that divine statement, A.K.A. prayer, is? We're not asking Source to give us anything for free. We're not asking Source to do anything for us. We said, guide me. Because it has to start with you. No spiritual guide, angel, Holy Spirit is ever going to live your life for you. That is a fact. God is not going to do anything for you. That's a fact. That is a religious and spiritual fallacy. That God is going to do something for you. Because God doesn't even perceive the planet of hate. God doesn't even perceive anything other than love. Source, A.K.A. God, literally only sees you in your best version. I always give this example with people. Listen, if you pray to God right now, if you send prayers, A.K.A. divine statements to God right now, I would donate Tuesday. We're very, very grateful for your presence. If you click the link in the bio, you'll be able to see the donate button, along with other links that, if you're interested in, you can click those as well. But we always say, if you send a divine statement to Source, it will sound like this, like you're on a walkie-talkie. Source, please help me with this. If you say, Source, please help me with this, or God, please help me with this, what God will hear is, God, it won't hear anything other than you calling it. Because what do you mean you need help? You are that which is my abundance. You are the abundant child of God, the will of source embodied. How are you ever void of anything? You don't need help with nothing. All we have to do is guide you to seeing yourself in such a way that God sees you. That's a fact. Any miracle worker in any history, if you was to channel them or go into the astral realms and speak to them, what they would tell you is, we don't heal. Healing, in order for one to heal, we first have to affirm in you being sick. We would never stoop down on a level of density to affirm pain in another. We love you far too much. What we will do, though, is guide your own perception to seeing yourself in such a way that our Father, Mother, Source, God, Allah, the great central sun sees you. Because if you see yourself as Source sees you, and Source sees you as one who is abundant and not void of anything, guess what? No more problems in your life. That's how powerful perception is. For a divine law clearly is, what you see is what you are. That is a divine law. That's why, the golden old statement is, your eyes lead to your soul. That's a branch off of the divine statement. What you see is what you are. It's about understanding the power that is within what you see. Because what you see is literally of your construction. If you see pains and hurts and arguments, that's a reflection of what's going on within you. Remember that one addiction that you got going on? You want to sweep it under the rug because you're not focusing on that and you're bottling up that addiction, that anger, that pain, that judgment. Now it's getting manifested in your outside reality. Now you can't escape your own judgment. Now in your algorithms on your social media, you're constantly seeing beef. You're constantly seeing people fighting. You're constantly seeing the over-sexualization of people. This is a fact. Because the moment you change your consciousness, guess what? No amount of technology is more powerful than who you are, for you are the will of Source, embodied. A lot of people don't even understand how hard it is to even incarnate on Earth. A lot of people don't even understand that Earth is one of the most prestigious schools you can ever go to. There are angels, the most powerful archangels, Arcturians, Pleiadians, Syrians, the Elohim. There's so many beings that say, I won't go there. I would never go to Earth. I don't care how powerful you think I am. Earth is too much. But you still decided to go. What does that say about you? You have resilience, backbone, and a sense of knowingness like no other. You. So now it's like, all right, if I am who I know I am on a soul level, if your soul knows who you are, then why isn't my reality in a way that I deem as 100% serving for me? Remember, the first question is the why. Why did this world get constructed to begin with? See, even in psychology, it tells us, go to the root of something. If you and another are in an argument, who cares about what y'all have been arguing about in the first hour? Because that conversation and dialogue between you two have now morphed into something else. But it originated from this seed right here. Let's go to the seed. What happens when you uproot a tree? You get the whole tree, no matter how big it is, as long as you have the strength or the technology to pick the tree up. As long as you focus on the root, you will get that tree up and out of here. I don't care if your dialogue or arguments with another almost got extremely violent. If you focus on the root and you transmute the root, I promise you, everything will just literally cease to exist. Have you ever gotten into an argument with somebody and you're like, I don't even know why we're arguing? When you get to that point, there's no saving. There's no saving the discussion. There's no saving that particular scenario because you have lost sight of the root. You must know the root. I'm pretty sure every single person in here, some way, shape, or form, have either seen people argue and forgot why they argued or experienced why are we even arguing. What happens when that happens? Either two things. If y'all are humorous, if y'all are both humorous, you will laugh about it. I don't even know why we was arguing. I ain't forget. You got me so mad I forgot. Or you get even more pissed off. See, this is what I'm talking about. And you just go, you just go, you just go. But the conversation never heals itself if you don't laugh about it. It never heals itself. It only goes downward. That's why the root of things are important. See, you would have people ask, oh, why do we even need to focus on this? Or why do we even need to focus on that? Why do we need to even focus on, spirituality, God, and all of this? I love my religion. I love my culture. I love my people. It's like, how much do you care about God if you don't want to know the root of what God is? How much do you care about God? Most people care about the religions and their ideologies and philosophies more than they care about source. That's a fact. Because if I told you today, denounce your entire religion, denounce your entire culture, denounce everything, start from zero, and only focus on source, what would people say? The majority. Let's be realistic here. Let's be honest. Most people would say, no, no, no. That's the devil tempting me. How I thought the devil didn't want you to be in accordance with God. Well, how is it the devil if someone says, go find God? Piece it together. See, God is not linear. There's no one way for anything. There's no one right way. There's no one wrong way. Right and wrong doesn't exist. Duality doesn't exist. Separation is not so. It either is or it's not. It either is what we accept or what we do not accept. I'll answer this question because it's in accordance with what we speak of right now. Everybody else, if I haven't answered your question, there is a segment where we will speak on questions. Do you think religion is used to separate us? The first intent of religion is simply this, and really keep this true to your hearts. The first intent of religion is simply to structure the spiritual realms. That is it. The first intent is to structure the spiritual realms. Because religion is extremely structured. Even though the spiritual realms is not structured, it's very free-flowing. It's very fluid. After that intention, though, you insert the ego. After the intention of we shall structure the spiritual realms, you insert ego. Because man has ego. Man is what's constructing these religions. Remember, it's interpretations. The moment you insert any being of density, human, any being of density, third dimension, fourth dimensional beings, any being of density, when you insert it into the spiritual equation, then what you get is something that could have been 100% truth. Now it's 80 and below. And as we experience this time on Earth, this 80% truth, Lemuria, Atlantis, places like this, now trickle down. You have your first Kemet, the Kemet, ancient Kemet that was in America, the first one. Ancient Kemet that was in America. Then you had the ancient Kemet that got moved to Africa. Many, many places. But as you keep on going, and you keep on going, and you keep on going, now you get here, where the truth is barely 30%. In some religions, it's barely 10% truth. But just because it's not that much truth, still appreciate that they still have some truth. So what you do is you figure out what they got right. The why. Why do we go find the root of God? Because the root of all things is important. You will never truly understand, overstand source if you aren't willing to go into every single culture and figure out what have y'all interpreted as it pertains to source. God, Allah, the great central sun. This is a golden experience for all of you. To ask yourself, do I really care about God or do I care about my own philosophies? Because if you really, really, really care about God, you will move your ego. Move, ego. Move. Move your ego out the way. And you'll be like, what did you say about God? All right, cool. What did you say about God? Oh, you said God. Oh, God showed up like that? Okay, cool. What did you show? God showed up as a burning bush for you? All right, bet. Oh, God showed up as a woman for you. Okay, cool, 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 cool. God showed up as a bird for you. Okay, cool. God was just you. God showed up as yourself. All right, bet, 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 bet. Oh, you got God through meditation. Okay, cool. Well, what did you experience as it pertains to God in regards to meditation? Be a little more descriptive with your notes. Okay, cool, 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 cool. The reason why you have messiahs and ascended masters, prophets, and all of these beings, those titles are about beings who decided to focus on God, not focus on their philosophies. To be an ascended master, to be a messiah, to be a prophet, you got to focus on God. These beings traveled the world. The most famous in this dimension, Messiah, is Yeshua. He's the most famous. Well, Yeshua traveled the world. How do we know this? In the native cultures, there is a man, same descriptions of Yeshua, long wool-like hair, brown skin, wore robes, had light coming from his hands. They said he had the rainbow frequency around him. Because if you study native culture, you'll know something of the rainbow warriors. Look that up. We have to start getting in research. I'm not going to explain what that is. Just look it up. The rainbow warriors was something that was revered in native culture. This man embodied the rainbow frequencies. What do you mean? He came through, and they called him Wanikia. Because what you must know is every culture had different forms of language, different forms of spelling. They didn't call everybody the same name. That is a fact, because even certain letters didn't even exist in other cultures. You must know when you start going into deep history, and this is not even spiritual information that I'm giving you right now. This is historical research. If you find people that are historians, like spiritual historians, religious historians, they literally would tell you out their own mouth. When you start studying the histories of spirituality and religion, you have to stop following names. You have to stop following names. You have to start following descriptions, because that's how you're going to get what the truth is. Because many people call everybody different names, especially other cultures and stuff. Man of many names, the one of many names. I mean, even made it into certain religions. I'm one with many names. You can't be one of many names and only align with one name as it pertains to trying to research any particular person. So we know he traveled to the natives, because the natives said that Yeshua brought forth the vision quest to them. If you know about the vision quest, it's something that we've done. Start looking this stuff up. Write this down. Take notes. This is a school. Vision quest. Yeshua brought in the native cultures. Then he went to the UK. This is not in order. This is just places that he went. He went to the UK. We know this. There's shrines of Mary Magdalene over in the UK. There's writings on walls about Yeshua and Mary Magdalene going. Just look it up. People that say these people, these messiahs and masters didn't travel the world, they are just ignorant. They're just ignorant. Most of the time, it's ignorance met with brainwashing. Ignorance met with amnesia. So forgive them because they do not know. Love them because they don't know. Only act in such a way that is walking away if someone is in their right mind and they still choose to produce ignorance. But the cosmic joke of it all is when you're in your right mind, you're not ignorant to anything. You know it all. So there's no need for forgiveness. See, you forgive until you no longer have to forgive. And you understand you have no more forgiveness to distribute when you fully embody forgiveness. Now your presence is just, whoa. You walk in a room and now everybody just acts right. It's like when a beautiful, gorgeous woman walks in a room and there's a lot of men that are single. There's a lot of women that can recognize beauty in another. They be like, whoa, she's gorgeous. People start sitting up in their seat. Oh, is she going to sit next to me? Is that intensity? Well, if it can happen just with looks, it can happen with your soul. Yeshua went to the Egypts, both Egypts, the ancient Kemet in America, because they're ancient Kemet. It was in America. Let's start there. Ancient Kemet was in America. When you do historical research, you'll find that out. And then there's the one that was in Africa. It's the continuation. because ancient Kemet was so powerful. When the ancient Kemet in America fell due to colonizers and internal wars, colonizers and internal wars, when ancient Kemet in America fell, they said, "I'll take it to Africa. We're gonna continue this." They moved past. They survived the flood. They survived the flood, and they jump started again. And the beings that started ancient Kemet in Egypt, a lot of them were of Atlantis cultures. Yeshua traveled everywhere. Many beings traveled everywhere. So, if the most revered masters on our planet traveled, and y'all love them, y'all say you want to live like them, whoever it applies to, then understand that they travel because they care about God. So maybe you should go do research. See, in this generation, our form of traveling would be just doing research, deep research. Because, like, back in the days, in ancient times, in order for us to get this sacred information that I am distributing for you, that you are distributing for yourself, for we are one would have to go to Tibet, a mystery school in Qumran. They would have to go to the temples where Buddhas reside. They would have to go to these native cultures. They would have to go to the forest and speak with the druids and the witches to get this information. Physically, they would have to travel to those places. Now, we have the luxury of just picking up our device and looking these things up. So there is no excuse for any of you. There is absolutely no excuse for any of you. If Yeshua was in today's time, if Buddha was in today's time, if Moses and Muhammad was in today's time, they would say, y'all are so lazy. We had to get up 10 days, 10 nights, travel on ships, on rafts, walk 30 to 100 miles to get to places to just figure out one sentence about God. We traveled 100 miles for a master to give us one sentence that we could utilize in as it pertains to our spiritual journey. One sentence. We traveled hundreds of miles for one sentence. Y'all can't pick up your device and move your thumbs to look up some information about God? Come on now. The laziness. The audacity to say you are a follower of Jesus. The audacity to say that you are a follower of Yeshua, or you are a follower of Yaqub, or you are a follower of Anunnaki, or you are a follower of Buddha, or you're a follower of the left-hand path or the right-hand path. The audacity of you, whoever the shoe fits. The audacity of you to say you're a follower, but you don't want to research anything is spiritually ignorant. Spiritually ignorance. Spiritually ignorance. Because it doesn't take that much. It doesn't take that much. So the why. Why is this happening? Is because we became spiritually ignorant. We've became spiritually lazy. That's the why this world is here. That's why people are still experiencing pains and hurts in this world. Because we truly don't care. There has to have some level of realism within our essence. There has to be some level of realism within our essence. Most people spiritually just do not care. Let's be honest. Do you really care about wars going on in other countries? Let's be honest. Do you really care about people in your neighborhood hurting? Like, look, this is how I can tell if somebody is really in accordance with all there is. People get up in arms about wars going on across seas, but won't stand up for their own neighborhood if they see spiritual fallacies in their own neighborhood, if they see domestic violence in their own neighborhood, if they see ignorance and low frequencies in their own neighborhood. They walk past that or drive past that every day when they go to work. Yet they have the nerve to tweet something or post something on a TikTok about a war going somewhere else. If you understood how this dimension worked, if you understood truly the mechanisms of what reality is, you would know that all wars across galactic history, across physical history, all wars are fed. Wars don't just pop up and happen. It's a growing process. Wars start etherically. Pains, hurts, all of these things start etherically. The ethers is a thought form realm. So, when you start to allow your thoughts to ignore or even subscribe and feed into dense behaviors or enable dense behaviors. See, if you see violence in your own environment and you choose to walk past it, you have enabled it. And what does that enabling do? It feeds this dark orb above the planet. And the larger this dark orb gets, then a war is able to pop off because now it has the energetic energy to feed off of. This is something that many masters know, if you really are in accordance with what the truth is. So one of the main reasons why you have masters like Yeshua, Buddha, Krishna, Martin Luther, all of these beings being so much of love, even when so much opposition is being presented in front of them, simply is because on a soul level they understand the moment I allow myself to be violent or enable violence or enable density and just low energy, period, I am feeding a very, very, very dark just energy and cloud that's hovering above the planet. And if that cloud or orb of darkness gets fed enough, some mastermind in the etheric realm is able to grab this dark orb and influence somebody of power. Now, one day, the general of an army woke up on the wrong side of a bed. He didn't realize that etherically he was being manipulated by somebody, and they was just throwing this dark energy on him, little by little, little by little. It is not all at once. No war pops off just one day. These things are happening over years and years and years, and then one day, he gives him a big splash of dark energy. And now it's like, you know what? Press the button on him. You know what? Press the button on him. Let's go. And then you have a war. But if every single person decided to not enable what humans call negativity, or what we would just call dense energy, density basically means violence, the lack of forgiveness, judgment. If we all decide to not enable these things in our environment, in our families, in our friend groups, why do you care so much about a war over here if you aren't able to bring forth peace, love, prosperity, balance within your own friend groups? Why do you enable your friends to say off the wall things? Why you enable, it's in the name of jokes? No. Things was much deeper. There's some things that aren't laughing matters. Peace unto you. Some things that just aren't laughing matters. And I guarantee you, if you and all people around you decide, I'm going to bring more love, I'm not going to judge other people, I'm going to understand other people. Instead of judging, why are you in this position? How did you get in this position? Instead of judging, I'm going to understand you and be like, listen, I get it. Even if I don't get it on a conscious level, I know on a soul level, I do get it. So it's still a form of truth to say, I get it. I'm with you. I'm here with you, period. No matter who the person, I don't care if they stink. I don't care if they look ugly. I don't care about none of that. You have a brother in me. You have a sister in me. Imagine what will happen if your whole neighborhood or your whole friend group or just you Because all you need is you to change the world. Imagine if you just walked up to people and said, yo, you got a brother in me, or yo, you got a sister in me. I can guarantee you, this is a fact, I can guarantee you if enough people did that, wars across the entire galactic realms would just stop. They would cease to exist. You are that powerful. You are that powerful. They will cease to exist. This is a fact. The only people that say you can't stop people that are shooting each other right now as we speak by just loving, yes, you can. Because what you must understand about even wars is the people, the soldiers, they are pawns. Soldiers are only following orders. Soldiers are only following orders. If we bring enough love, enough pushback to the darkness, enough pushback, then you know how that etheric being was slowly throwing darkness on that general whilst he sleeps? They do it in their sleep. While they sleep, they're having nightmares, they're dreaming. You know how that etheric being is throwing darkness? When we as a community bring forth enough love on this planet, then we can go find that general in the spirit realms, yoke up that etheric being that's throwing darkness on them and throw them into a different dimension. And then we just start wiping away the darkness. Doing Reiki on the general in the realms of spirit. And then one day the general wakes up. We're not going to act like after we do that, the next day he's going to be a great person. No. Remember, it's going to take some time. But then one day the general is going to have a thought in his mind. And it's going to be like, this is not bringing enough benefit for me. However the peace comes, don't judge it. I don't care if the peace comes in an egotistical way, as long as the peace comes. If he be like, well, there's not enough in it for me, so we should stop it. We influence that through our love. So guess what's going to happen? Peace talks. Peace treaties. That's a fact. When you study history, just history, I task everybody to start studying histories of wars. Of any war. Start studying the histories of it. And then study how the war stopped. Study how the war stopped. And don't just study the forms of wars that society brings forth that teaches you in schools and stuff like that. No, go even deeper. Listen to what they said, yes, but to know that surface and go even deeper. What you will find out is the people had enough. In all of these wars, the people had enough. And they reached that breaking point. And what the government started to realize is if we don't have people, there's nothing for us to control. Because if all of our people left or died, it's just us in this room. And we can't agree on nothing. Congress can't agree on nothing. The Senate can't agree on nothing. The president and his homies and his handlers can't agree on nothing. So the government knows it's in their best interest to not have a land just full of them. Because nothing is going to get done. They know that. They're smart enough to know that. So we need a people to control. Because that's what gets us off. Controlling people. So when you study wars, you will find out towards the latter of that war, the people had enough. And the people also includes the soldiers. Because remember, the soldiers are people too. The soldiers are pawns. They're only following orders. But after they complete the order, man, why did we have to do that? Why do we have to do that? It's okay. It's okay, Mark. Don't. It's okay. Soldiers have hearts. They're only following orders. Don't yell at them. Find the general that's commanding them to do stuff. So that's the why these things are happening spiritually. Now we ask ourselves the how. How did it get this far? Well, we even explain the how throughout all of this. The how simply can be in alignment with, all right, look, Why it happened? Because we're spiritually ignorant. We're enabling too much on this world. We're not doing enough. We wake up on the wrong side of the bed and we just give up. Or we wake up on the right side of the bed and we just walk past the fallacies and fictitious energy and illusions on this planet. The how we get past all of these things also is in accordance with what this person said right here. I'm going to answer this because it's in accordance with what we speak of. This person's Okami says, but the majority don't even realize that they need the healing. But what we must anchor is no one needs healing. Masters would say they don't heal anybody. Because in order for one to be healed, they must affirm in them being sick. Our goal is not for people to affirm them being sick or nasty or judging. No, that's not our goal. Our goal is for you just to realize that more of what abundance and love is able to be in complete alignment with who we are in our existence. We must see it serving for people to see themselves in such a way that Source sees them. If you are able to see yourself when you look in the mirror in the same way that God sees you, then your life gets tremendously better. I don't need you to say that you aren't perfect to get to that point, because you are perfect. God sees you as perfect. So who are you to say you're not? So you see how we spin that? People be like, who are you to say you're perfect? No, who are you to say you're not perfect? Because God views you as perfection. And I thought God mattered. So if the moment somebody says they're not perfect, they literally just say God don't matter. No, I didn't say that. Yes, that's exactly what you're bringing forth. We don't care about what you say. We don't care about what you say. We care about your actions and your frequency. Your frequency just said, I don't care about what God got going on the moment you say I'm not perfect. Why? Because God views you as perfect. So now you're going to go over God's point? No. Exactly. So the how these things happen is when we start becoming spiritually ignorant and we start enabling negativity in our environment, in our friend groups, in ourselves. Then there are cells within our body that starts morphing into, let's say, fallacies, morphing into pains, morphing into hurts, morphing into bad thoughts, morphing into this on a cellular level. On a cellular level. When you start being more angry, more stressed on a cellular level, your cells will reflect that and your body will show you this. This is where sicknesses come from. This is where disease come from. This is where pains and all this internally comes from. Parasites. A lot of parasites can be healed if you just live a life of love. I promise you. I've actually tested this before. I've ate trash junk food. But because I not only live a life of love, I integrate it. I embody it. I am the Christ on earth as are you, for we are one. I am the well of Source on earth as are you, for we are one. I embody it. Just yesterday, literally yesterday, I was speaking to a woman and guiding her of what the light is. She started crying mid conversation. She started crying. And I waved my hand over her, and she stopped me and she said, Nadiie, I don't know if you know. You probably do already know because you're pretty intelligent. There's so much power in your hands. The moment you waved your hands, I felt this pull. I don't know what it was. I literally felt this pull the moment you raised. I said, yeah, I made a little joke about it. And I'm like, oh, wow. Even sometimes I get taken aback that I'm like this. Oh, this is real. Because we're still in a human body, so sometimes you're prone to human thoughts, every here and there. But I'm like, okay, I live this way. So I even tested it. I ate junk food for about a week. My body released all of it very fast. Through the restroom. Had dandruff for like a little few days. Then after that week was over, it just stopped. Very fast. But somebody else, when they do a big fast or they have a lifestyle of eating that is more on the healthy side, if they try to go revert back, their body will go in disarray for weeks on weeks, maybe even a month. They'll be sick. you can bounce back in a week or even 3 days. I remember one day I was really, really sick. It's about when I first met my wife. I literally died and then resurrected for the umpteenth time. And literally, I was in a fetal position on my couch. My heartbeat slowed all the way down. And I just opened my eyes and I was in the spirit realms. And I was in a fetal position, I was in so much pain. And I just heard this voice of one of my spirit guys. It was like, Nadiie, you died. You died. And I'm like, what? And he said, yes. You don't know what you did to your body, but you died. And then my wife came and she touched me and I came back. And I was like, because it was the love that I had for her. It was when I first met her. It's the love I had for her. It was her energy and her touch. I was reminded of something. So I came back. And all my spirit guys were like, wow, yeah, you know how to resurrect. You still retained that from your last life. You still retained it. Because most people, they would try to come back to their body, but there will be a blockage. I didn't see that blockage. So I seen the astral realm as you would see the dream realm. You know how you dream and you just come back to your body after the dream? That's how I viewed the spirit realms. I'm like, there ain't no blockage between it. If I want to go back, I could go back. So I went back and I said, I love this woman. It wasn't for the love of the woman that I came back. It was the remembrance of who I am, because we're all one. Something in this woman reminded me of who I am. So I'm like, all right, I'll come back because I see myself. And I'm never going to separate myself from me. So you all can bounce back within any scenario in life very, very fast. No matter what the world says, no matter what happens in your life, you're able to bounce back. That's a fact. So how you get, remember we first asked the why these things happen, now it's the how. The how is when you start living a life of love, your cells get revitalized. When you stop living a life of love, your cells get drained. First it happens spiritually, the why, then it happens physically, the how. If you're not spiritually in the know and you're spiritually ignorant, then that starts to affect your flesh. And when it affects your flesh, then we get to the what. Why, how, now the what. What do we do about it? Well, there's some things that you can do right now, today, to assist you with your progression in whatever you want in life. Go on a 3-day fast. First day, a dry fast. A dry fast means no food, no water for the full 24 hours. It's not like the Muslim religions where you start eating when the sun goes down. No. Full 24 hours. A dry fast means no shower, because you still soak up water through your pores. No shower. When you brush your teeth, try your absolute best to not swallow any water or liquids. You go on a dry fast for 24 hours. Then on the next day, you go on a water fast. Spring water. You don't need to drink alkaline water. The only time you need to drink alkaline water, this is the only time you need to drink alkaline water, is if you are a meat eater. On the second day, if you are a meat eater, drink alkaline water. Why, Nadiie? It's because meat is very acidic. The reason why we, as masters and things of that nature, say don't drink alkaline water is primarily because it will make your pH levels go off balance, because it's too much alkalinity. It's too much. Alkaline water, contrary to popular belief, is way too much. Scientifically, it's just way too much. It will just throw off your pH balance. But if your body is extremely acidic, then you need something equally as powerful in alkalinity to balance it out. So only do 1 day of just straight alkaline water. How much water do I need to drink? Get as close to a gallon as possible, but don't drink a gallon. That's what we'll say. Get as close to a gallon as possible, but don't drink a gallon. The reason why we're not going to give a one shoe fits all is because many people live different ways. What if you're exercising? What if you're taking a run? What if you're in an environment that's hot? There's so many factors. So I can't just say drink X amount of cups, because it's going to be different. Because what if you drink the cups in the beginning of the day and then now you just ass out because it's just hella hot, or I'm working out and now I'm freaking about to pass out. So just drink as close as you can to a gallon, but do not drink a gallon. That's too much water. If you are a meat eater, the second day, water fast on alkaline water. So day 1, dry fast. No shower. Don't allow water to touch you. Don't consume water. Don't eat anything. Full 24 hours. Nothing goes in your body. Nothing. Then the second day, if you're a meat eater, alkaline water only. If you are a non-meat eater, only drink spring water. Doesn't matter what spring water, as long as it's spring water. Look at the back and make sure it has no salt or other ingredients. If water has salt, it literally is designed to make you keep drinking. It's not actually hydrating you. If it has any other ingredient than freaking water, why are you drinking it? It's literally not water. Last time I checked, water was H2O, not H2O and. The third day, H3O2. Only eat watermelon. For the third day, only eat watermelon. Do this 3-day fast, and on the fourth, and for the full 24 hours. This don't mean, or the moment 1 o'clock hit, then I must start eating crazy. No. Allow your sleep cycle to go, and then when you wake up, then you're good. But that doesn't mean also revert back to just eating trash. When you start a fast, that is a step. That is a step to a much healthier life. So what we will say, like if you're a meat eater, right? And you have, let's say, 7 different meats you eat. After you do any fast, remove 1. We're not saying stop eating meat. We would recommend that. But let's be honest here. If you've been eating it for hella years, we're not going to act like it's as easy to stop. But just take out 1. Take out your least favorite. Make it easy for you. If you love steak, don't take out steak first. You love steak. Take out lamb chops. When's the last time I even ate lamb chops? I'm definitely not going to eat lamb chops. Boom. After the 3-day fast, don't eat the meat that you don't like. Now, after you do another fast, you can constantly do this 3-day fast. But just give yourself at least 2 days of rest before you start on a new fast. 2 to 3 days. I recommend 2. 3 days is if you really was feeling it on those 3 days. Always give yourself at least 2 days of rest before you go into a new fast. This is something that you can try today. Moving forward, that will assist you. That will jumpstart. With what? Because we're on the what now. What do I do about this? First, do a quick cleanse, a quick reset on your physical body. Another thing that you can do, what can I do? Another thing that you can do is you can go on another form of a fast. I'm giving you very sacred information that will assist you today. You can start it right now. What is the purpose of fasting? We will get to that. The second form of a fast you can do is a vow of silence. Do a vow of silence for 1 single day. Don't laugh. Don't hum. Don't utter a sound from your vocal cords. Don't speak to nobody. 1 single day. What does this do? All of your other senses will be heightened and you will start to see. You will really start to see what is real. Your hearing will become much more enhanced because you're not doing all of this all day. You're not doing all of this all day. Your thoughts are much slowed down. Your thoughts are extremely slowed down. In the beginning, your thoughts are going to be running rampant as if you were still talking. But when your brain realizes this person is not using his mouth, there's no need for thoughts now. And they just go away. Now you're in a constant meditative state. When you take a 1 day or a multiple day vow of silence, you are in a constant meditative state. Because to be in a meditative state is to be in a state, in a presence where thoughts are not apparent. This is another thing you can do. What is the importance of fasting? Well, if you have parasites in your body and fasting removes parasites, but there you have it. If you have energy blockages in your body and the stopping and stoppage of vocalizations of any kind allow you to revitalize your cells and your energy, well, that's another benefit. There's many, many benefits, but I feel like those benefits are really, really nice. Every single master that has ever evolved and that is so much revered on this planet, they all took a fast. So that's a benefit. I give you 3 benefits. The third and final thing you can do, as it pertains to right now, there's many, there's an infinite amount of things you can do, but as of right now, we'll give you just 3. Something that's tangible so we don't just drag you down with a whole lot of stuff. The third and final thing you can do, stop enabling. Oh, but it's so hard because there's so much negativity that goes on in this world. Okay, find at least one thing to stop enabling and stand on that. Let's say it's arguments. That's a big one. Stop the enabling of arguments. Pick one thing. If you do choose argument, I want to stop an arguing. That means you can't watch arguments on social media. You have to scroll past it. And whoever posted it, whoever posted the argument, I don't care if you're your favorite content creator, block them. Or mute them. You stop enabling arguments. That means stop arguing with people. That means stop judging, because before an argument, remember in the beginning of this Sunday Sacred Service, we spoke on the root of things. Arguments aren't the root of that type of energy. Judgment is. So you have to stop judging in order to stop arguing, because if you had nothing to judge, you wouldn't have anything to violently speak or spurt at somebody. Or at something. You know, people play the game and they yell at the TV like the TV can respond. So pick whatever energy center that you choose to stop enabling, that people are feeding from. Let's say you don't want to do arguments because that's too much. Let's say yelling. Stop the yelling. Stop the enabling of that. Let's say it's laughing at people. You just pick one. Just pick one, just one. Don't just try to be the perfect human tomorrow. Just pick one. This is something that you can take with you. And your life will be tremendously better by just choosing that one. Because just taking out one, you lessen the grip of the other ones. If you remove hate from your life, you remove a piece of fear, a piece of ego, a piece of hurts and pains. And vice versa for all of them. If you remove one of them, you remove leeches and anchors in the rest of them. So this is what you can utilize today. This is how you start being. Today is the presence of being. When you follow these steps, you will start to be. Now we're going to bring forth our sacred prayer, and we're going to conclude today's live. Remember, before we start the prayer, click the link in our bio, and you'll be able to watch all of our lives. We will post them. Click Nadiie Black's Guidance when you click the link in our bio. Nadiie Black's Guidance. When you click the link in our bio, it will take you to the YouTube page where all of these lives will be posted for free. Also, DM me 33 if you're interested about joining our mystery school, and I'll give you our free 3-day course. If you have already started the 3-day course, when you are finished with it, then join the mystery school. It's on Patreon. Make sure you download the Patreon app, because that's how we're going to be communicating. There's the community chat. There's 2 tiers. I don't recommend everybody go for the most expensive tier. Go for the transcending tier. It costs more to get a king-size Twix bar than to just join the transcending tier. So there's obviously some form of benefit by joining into it. So you join into the transcending tier, you have access to the community chat, you have access to our live streams in the mystery school. who will be going live on there soon. I'm going to start posting in the chat. I've already started posting in the chat, but I'm today, right after this live, I'm posting more just so I can get that conversation. Everybody that has joined the Mystery School for free, because remember, this is also being posted on YouTube. So I'm speaking to all of y'all subscribers on YouTube. Everybody that has joined for free, join the Transcending tier, because that's how you're going to be able to join the lives in the Mystery School. Now, the lives in the Mystery School are going to be completely different than these lives on public platforms. You're going to be coming with me outside. I'm going to introduce you to my spirit guides. When I walk outside, I'm going to show you how there's many hawks always circling me and following me. I will show you me calling forth the hawks. I will show you sacred techniques with your hands that you can utilize today. I'm going to be showing you many things that I can't show on a public platform, but I've already shown so many techniques. If you just go to our YouTube page, click Nadiie Black's Guidance, you will see the 7-day eclipse live stream that we went on. Yes. So much information was put in there. So there's still a lot I can say on public platforms, but there's a lot that I understand that is too much for the public. And also, if I could say it in the public, I still wouldn't, because why would I want fickle people that just come in the live and leave the live, that don't really care about God too much? Why would I want them to learn about one of the most sacred gifts known to man? Because all they're going to do is misuse it. So you have to have that level of responsibility with the light. So also make sure when you click the link in the bio, there's a donate button. If we provided forth any single form of service, all of your donations will be dedicated to making sure I can prioritize this. I typically go live every Friday and Sunday, 8 a.m., but my schedule has been changing. I've been getting booked for many shows since I'm a musician. I've been getting different, jobs and gigs and stuff like that. So I'm trying to figure out how to balance all of that out, because I have to get money in many places so all of these bills can be paid. So all your donations will be put into an account so I can focus on just having this, because it will help a lot. So yeah, click the link in the bio. You'll see donate. Click that donate button. Now, also, thank you. We're very grateful for your presence. Thank you for the donations of coming. We love you very much. She's not playing. He or she. We love you. Also, understand that we make music. So if you click the link in our bio, the last 3 links, Apple Music, Spotify, and YouTube, click one of those if you want to listen to our latest album, Me and My Brother. I'm a solo act, but me and my brother decided to make an album titled Why We Find Everyone and Rise. It's called Why We Fear, but fear is an acronym. So if you click the YouTube link, you would see, oh, she's not playing, or he's not playing. I love you. You will see, you can click that album. Thank you. We love you so very much. We really do appreciate it. So make sure you listen to that album, because we understand that a lot of people aren't going to be, listening to long hour, 2-hour, lectures about the light. We have to make it tangible. So our music is not just spiritual, airy-fairy music. It's music that you can hear on today's radio. But when you print out the lyrics, you can figure out, whoa, something is very, very profound about this. We're changing how everything is utilized. And one of the ways we are changing is through sound alchemy. So make sure you all click the link in the bio, click the YouTube link at the very, very bottom. It's the last link. When you click the link in the bio, it will take you to our album, Why We Fear. You listen to that entire album, and it's extremely powerful. It literally will activate your DNA. Alrighty, y'all. Thank you. Let's start up this prayer. And this live will be posted, if not later today, tomorrow. But because I'm off today, it will be posted today. So remember our Mudra 33s. When you start to enable and will in that which is 33, you call forth on God. 33 is Christ consciousness, or Source's will. So you got Source's will. When you bring it together, it means oneness. This is a Mudra that we created. One of the most powerful. So we have Source's will, oneness, because you bring it together, pinky and thumb together to represent eternity. So it's first is Source, Source's will, oneness for all eternity. All right? Peace unto you. My name is Nadiie Black. We are very grateful for your presence. Thank you for being here. Thank you for deciding to make a change today moving forward. Ayo a pistituki. Ispamokina. Nakai sisina. Nakeki musitsina. Nakoka motosina. Nena. Nakista. Kitsika kumu. Oh, tokina na pistituki. Nakai kaki masina. Iknapi. Ni stoapi. Akani stoa. Thank you, Source, for being with us and guiding us to being in our full presence, our full being, our full expression today, moving forward. May this now guide us to the remembrance fully of who we are, all forms of Akashic within us, so we can embody all there is moving forward in this vessel, so that we need not incarnations anymore moving forward, further in our existence. It is not needed, for now we are who we are. We know who we are. Now, moving forward, we enable not hate. Now, moving forward, we only show forth that which is love. Make peace apparent, we shall. We're very grateful to be here. We judge not any single brother, sister, culture, or form of ideology. Now we understand all is one and truth is in all, even if it's small or a large, grand aspect of truth. We will focus on what the truth is, regardless of how small or big it may appear to be. With that being said, thank you. By our names, we affirm this, and so it is. Alrighty, y'all, can I get an and so it is in the chat? May I please get a and so it is in the chat? This live will be posted on YouTube as typical. So make sure that you click the link in our bio, click Nadiie Bites Guided, subscribe to that, and you'll be able to listen to our lives and all of the other videos. Also, remember, really listen to that music. Click the link in our bio. It's the very last link is YouTube, or you can go on Apple Music and Spotify if you want to listen to the album. Listen to the album, Why We Fear, and you for yourself will realize, yo, my DNA just got activated by listening to this album. And it's not just, spiritual music. It's music that I can literally hear on the radio. So we love you. Thank you. Have a supercalifragilisticexpialidocious kind of day today. You as well. I can't believe I even knew how to even say that. I seen the super Cali and I was like, this is most likely what he's saying. So we love you. Mwah, peace. I am with you. Make sure